What's up? Tron from Gooby Town here. I've been a professional glassblower and artist for over 11 years, making dragons, marbles, wine glasses, a whole bunch of other stuff. To make these things, I've needed a lot of specialized equipment like this hand torch here, and it turns out that a lot of them are pretty expensive, so I figured I'd do a quick video showing off how expensive of a medium glass can be. So starting with the least expensive tools, these are all kind of hand tools that I use on a regular basis. They range anywhere from $0, like this butter knife that I took from my mom's cabinet, to $300. These Marco jacks from Japan, I think were $300. I think these rollers were a couple hundred. Most of this stuff though is like 50 to 150. These shears I think were like 150. But yeah, just some kind of standard tools that I use almost every day. While I'm here talking about these tools, I might as well mention that the glass itself that we use is pretty expensive too. These are borosilicate colored glass rods. It usually comes in rod form like this or tubing, and the color ranges anywhere from $50 to $150 a pound, which is a lot. You know, it adds up when you're buying a bunch of different colors and stuff. These glasses that I use are also super important. They filter out UV and infrared wavelengths and sodium flare to protect your eyes when you're working. If you don't use these, you're gonna severely damage your eyes over time. And they're not cheap either. I had these lenses custom made for, I think these are both Ray-Bans, and then all in all, each pair was around $300. This is my kiln. It's an AIM P9. We use the kiln to keep the glass hot while we're working on it, and then to anneal it, which basically means arrange the glass molecules in a stable state so that it's not as likely to crack. This one's on the smaller side. It's 9 by 9 by 10, I believe, inner dimensions, which, you know, as kilns get bigger, they get more expensive, but it's a nice kiln. At the time that I bought it, I think it was around $1,200, maybe $1,300 after some accessories. But now I just looked up the latest price and they're $1,750 now, so not cheap. So this is my cold working setup. Over here we just have a wet saw that costs around $600. Uses diamond blades just to cut glass. And then this is my Crystal Master lap wheel. This one is a really nice lap wheel and it's 12 inches diameter. You can find cheap lap wheels that are usually 4 to 6 inch diameter for like $600, but this one's really nice and it costs around $2,800, I believe. It uses these lapidary discs that you can swap them on and off, and it's basically like sandpaper for glass, where they're charged with diamond in them, and you go sequentially from grit to grit to get smoother and more polished surfaces. Each one of these pads is actually pretty expensive too. They range anywhere from like $80 to $200 plus, depending on the grit and how much diamond is in them, and they have to be replaced depending on how much you use them. I also use this lap wheel for faceting things, to make faceted gems and facet some glass pieces. That's what this arm and mast is for. I actually bought an entire faceting machine just for this faceting arm. I like using this lap wheel is so nice that it's kind of nicer to use it than the faceting machine. So the machine's sitting in storage and I just use the arm with my lap wheel. I bought the machine used for $1,000. So moving on, we have the torches, which are the most important tool in my arsenal. These are what actually melts the glass. They shoot out a flame that runs on propane and oxygen. I have a couple different versions. They're all different price points. This was my first torch. It's a GTT Delta Elite. I bought it at the time for around $2,600, but now they're priced at around $3,000. The knob on one of these knobs is broken, so I actually have to send it in and get it fixed. When I broke this one, I bought this, which is the same torch except a little bit smaller. Again, it was priced at around $2,100 when I bought it, I think, and now they're $2,400. This one is actually attached to a foot pedal down here, so I can turn on the outer flame just using my foot. So that was another $400 or $500 at the time. I bought it like 9 years ago, so who knows what they run for now. But you can use your foot, turn the outer flame on, turn it off. This is actually the same exact torch, except it's set up to be held in the hand, and then instead of a foot pedal, it has a switch that turns the outer on and off. Again, same price, I think around $2,400. And then this is a hand torch, so just shoots out a little small precise flame that I can maneuver, get in and out of tight spaces. This was only a couple $100, I think, with the custom torch tip. So this is my lathe. It's made for glass. It's used to spin the glass instead of, usually I'm spinning with my hands here, but you can chuck up the glass into these chucks and then it spins the glass for you. So I'll have my torch and it's spinning the glass and I can torch it however I want. This one is an import from Asia, so it's cheaper, and I think all in all it was around $5,000 after the import fees and shipping and stuff, which is a lot of money, but it's actually on the cheap end for these lathes. Some American-made glass lathes can run you up to $50,000 or more for a large one. So this one was a good deal. It served me well. I also replaced the motor and the control panel here, and then there's some lathe specific tools that I bought to go along with it. So the whole setup total probably ran around $5,600, $5,700. Last but not least is my oxygen system. The torches run on propane and oxygen, so you need a source of oxygen. And most people use compressed oxygen or liquid oxygen that comes in tanks from welding supply stores. This is just a system to create and store my own oxygen to use. It uses these oxygen concentrators. I run 2 of them, which is enough for working by myself. There's a compressor under this box here. I have it in the box to help with noise, and then I have a computer fan to keep it from overheating. And then it fills this tank over here with oxygen, and then I have the regulator with the line running to my torch. So this whole system cost around $8,000 total with shipping. I could have pieced together the system myself and bought everything individually and put it together, but at the time I had just moved and I just wanted to get everything ready to go, so I just bought a bundled setup and it was plug and play from there. So yeah, glass blowing is expensive. I probably missed some tools here and there, but I got all the big ones, and if you want to see more of the process, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.